Hello guys, welcome Jamie PT sharing. In this video, I'm gonna talk about how can we prepare for the write from dictation. And this topic is about we should 100% get full marks in this part. Why we can do that? Because this is a very simple, but this is a little bit challenging part. If you just don't pay much attention to that, you will lose mark. You will lose a lot of marks. And also, this part tests your listening and the writing skills. So, first, you search the material you want. Here, I do the first type of searching. You type TPT WFD. That means write from dictation, material, and then you can find a lot of. For me, I recommend you to search the PT Melon English. In here, you clicked, and then you can find lots of topics about the write from dictation materials. And then I will just show one example of how do we prepare for that. So when you listen to the recording, you should pay much attention to that. So you can just short memory. The chemist building is located next to the nearest something you just forget. This is normal. We are just normal. Where memory are normal. So what can we do? If you in the real test, you will fail because you couldn't catch any words in the end of the sentence, especially the later part. So what can we do? So I'm gonna share my skills and experience. So first you set the plan of practice. Normally there are normally frequently the highly frequent material will cover around 4 to 5 pages. So you can cover one page around 40 questions. So you can cover 20 to 35 questions per day. It will cost you 40 to 60 minutes. And then you can use this way. You play and then you write down. You write down without seeing the answer. And then you listen again. It's better to listen again, and then you check the answer. We can see after playing, it will show the answer. And also, I recommend you the website is because it's just always post new material frequently. You can see 2019 October, end of October. So here you can find the answer. And once you find the answer, you will write down. So you can just compare. You can just compare your answer with the material. Compare your answer with materials, and then you highlight your mistakes. So why people think it's very simple, and I don't want to spend lots of time on this part. I will tell you this is wrong. First, because this is a very simple part, but it's very worthwhile because the reason is because each word costs 1 mark. The chemistry building is located near the entrance of the campus. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 marks. That means if you have the spelling mistake, you make mistake, you don't forget to plus s in the end of the campus. Wrong. No mark. You forget to put that. No mark. You spell wrong in chemistry. No mark. You miss the verb is. No mark. You put the wrong tense. No mark. That's the reason lots of people will fail in this part. They think they can pass. They can get a full mark. But they make lots of mistakes. They don't even know it. So what can we do? What can we do? So the best and efficient way is to memorize the highly frequent range of write from dictation exactly. You should memorize. So that's the reason you choose PTE. Tell me the reason why you choose to PTE. I will tell you, because my friend recommend me and keep asking why. Why you think PTE is easier than the IELTS? Tell me why. Your answer is because you have the answer. You have the material, and it's totally 95% same as IELTS. That's the reason you choose PTE. So the material, the answer in front of you, why don't you spend time to get that? That's the reason you choose PTE. So now you just spend time, memorize the highly frequent range of right from dictation exactly. After that, you can pass. You can get your ideal mark. You will 100% get it. So, so people say listening. Actually, I tell you, you don't need to have a really good listening skill. Even your listening is so poor, but your memory, you memorize, you practice more, you memorize more answer, you memorize more answer. Remember, you memorize more answer, you get more marks. This is the PTE. This is not about your ability to listen or ability to speak. It's a machine test. So after this, I recommend you find a material you really like and you can stick to that. You can consistent practicing to just use your material. Don't just practice one day and change another material, give up and then change another material. That's just waste your time. If you don't have the material, just send me the message, email. I will just give you the link and I will share the free materials with you. So, and I also last part mentioned some small details, 4 details of practicing the right from dictation. So when you spell the word, the first word always be capital. If you don't do that, no mark. Second, always put full stop in the end of sentence. No full stop, no mark. If you are not sure the words have been read to you, you can type 2 or 3 words like this. You listen to the radio, you listen to the material near the entrance to the campus. You are not sure. You are not sure it's a campus or a lot of campuses. So you can put 2 words. You can put 2 words. It doesn't matter. You won't lose mark. If one of them is correct, you will get a mark. So don't put too much, like 4, 5. Just 2 to 3 words. It's enough. So plural or singular, you don't know. You put together. You put a. You put an apple. You put apples. You put the. You put an. If you don't know, it's the or an. So you put the an apple apples. And the last, you have to keep in mind, it's very important. The timing is very important. So the right from dictation is the last part of the listening part in PTE. So you have to leave around enough 4 to 5 minutes. Otherwise, you don't have enough time to check your spelling. So there are around 3 to 4 questions in right from dictation in last part. If you only 1 minute, how can you type your answer? How can you listen the rest of the questions? You will lose all the mark. Suppose the one question costs you around 14 marks. So times 3, you can get around how much you can get? You can get 14 times 3, so you can get around 45. If you have 4 or 5 questions, you can get around 45 marks. If you don't have time, how can you get that? You can get 35 or 40 marks. Just practice, you can get it. This is just the answer. So last but not least, I will repeat again. So you can practice from the material online, or you can just compare the material. You cover all the rest of the sentence. You see the first word, and then you spell the rest. But before that, you have to memorize. So I won't tell you how do we memorize the material. Different people have different ways experience to memorize things. but you have to be determined. If you really want to get the mark, you have to memorize. Otherwise, you just say you are good at short memory. You don't need to do that. So this is the video about how do we just 100% get full marks in right from dictation. So next week, 16th of November 2019, I will share other experience in listening part. Hope you get your ideal mark. Looking forward to getting your comments and some feedback. See you. Thank you for watching. See you guys.